Indeed, to the flag. Welcome back, everyone. Today's Thursday, September 3rd, 2009. I'm Mark Leffler with co-host Guy Chapman, and this is the Green Tea Hour. But here to help us with this dilemma, Guy, here to help us solve these issues, we have Robert Chapman from the International Forecaster. And Robert's with us today, and he was gracious enough to come back on the show and give us his thoughts, and we welcome him to the show right now. Hello, Bob. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you, and it's very nice to be here again.
Hi, Bob. How are you doing?
Appreciate you.
Pretty good.
Thanks for stopping on the show. Well, I don't know if you've been listening to the discussion at all, Bob.
No.
But I know last night I was listening to you on the Melody Show. And by the way, the Melody Show is a great show, and I recommend that to everybody to listen to that. But there was something that was kind of really disturbing to me last night when I was listening to that show, and that was the fact that, well, first of all, there was two things. The mandatory inoculations in Iowa and Massachusetts, that was kind of a bothersome thing. But today, this thing with the school kids and the YouTube video. Did you see the YouTube video today, Bob, by any chance?
No, I didn't.
Okay. There was a YouTube video today. It was that was made by I think it was the Obama administration, and it was sent into a school in Colorado, and it was played for the kids, and about chipping in and doing things for what are you going to do for the government, basically, or what are you going to do to make things better in the world. And at the end of it, they pledged themselves, and there were people on there literally pledging their allegiance to Barack Obama. And I guess the parents went berserk in Colorado about that.
Well, it's part of a making of a cult, and this is what they're up to. Mm-hmm. And that's why he's addressing school children on September the 8th. Mm-hmm. And he wants to be able to point them in the direction that he wants them to go, or his handlers want them to go. And one of those things is to jump right out there and take those shots. It's part of a conditioning process sociologically. And, of course, there will be those who get ill with those shots. I do a program every Thursday, have for about 4 years, and it's addressed to retired and active military people, particularly Marines and Navy. And I heard some pretty good stories. On Monday, I was on with Joyce Riley in the Power Hour, and there were reports of numerous incidents of swine flu on different bases throughout the world. And evidently, the government has been giving shots clandestinely. They just announced that they're going to give shots yesterday, and but they've been giving them already. And I had one woman call in from San Diego, which is a big naval port, and her husband went out to sea, and the minute they were at sea, the ship was quarantined. They shot everybody up, and 20% of the people are sick. Now, what they're doing, evidently, is loading some of these shots with live virus and testing them not only to see what the survival rate is, but also to see if it communicates to other people. And when you're on a ship, it's confined. And that was 21 days ago. And she hasn't heard from her husband in 22 days. But before they shut him down, he told her what was going on. And some bases, I heard from about 8 bases throughout the world from Marines today that they are not getting shots. I heard an interesting story from is it Cherry Point, North Carolina? One of the Marine bases. And they tripled the guards on the gates and put concertina wire besides the entrances so that they could string it out if they needed to. I don't know whether that's to keep people in or keep people out.
Huh. They would stretch concertina wire across the front of the base?
Well, they put it at the front of the base, at the gate, and held it in a position where it could be extended across the gate.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Now, and I don't know what they're up to, and neither do the people on base. In fact, the Marine that sent this in said, I had to go see an officer in the officer quarter area where they live, with their families. And he said I had to go through some hoops and have a letter from the officer saying that I could go there to get this information that I needed. So something big is going on.
Right.
And it's just like, the shipment of all this U.S. dollars to embassies throughout the world to be immediately turned into local currency. Now, that happened at the beginning of May, and it was going on during May and June. There's only one reason they could be doing that. They expect the dollar's really going to get hit. And locals will not want to take dollars, and that's why they're doing it. And so there's no question that the American military personnel, like they were in the First World War, like they were in the Gulf War, they're being used as guinea pigs.
Oh, God, unbelievable. Well,
and that's the straight skinny.
Wow. I was at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base last weekend, and we had gone there. They have an Air Force Base museum, a U.S. Air Force Museum is there. And we had talked to one of the people on watch there. There were Air Force guards walking around the place with weapons and such. But what was interesting is that all the gates on the base were all concertina wired off. So
they're expecting something.
Yeah, you couldn't get into Wright-Patterson through the main gate. They had concertina wire blocking it, and it was all closed off. So I don't know what the deal was with that, if they just had shut it down or what it was, but we thought it was kind of odd. And my father-in-law used to fly aircraft in the U.S. Air Force and into Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, and he thought it was kind of odd also. So
basically, we should all duck and cover because it's coming.
So we had a good day in gold today, though, and a good day in the stocks, at least. That was a good thing.
Well, the price of gold the last 2 days, the turnaround has been monumental. The breakout has been monumental, and now it's the big test for $1,033 and $20 on silver. And I believe that it is going to break out, and I think this is it. As you say, the stocks went up well. They're probably up around 30% this week, the better quality ones, but that's nothing. Incidentally, of the four that I watch, 3 of them made breakout highs on a yearly basis, which means they're going to move up again from here. And even the speculative stocks are starting to move. I have only one of those that I recommend, and it's been pretty active, and I think it's going to do extraordinarily well because of some of the moves that the company's made. So, and incidentally, if anybody wants any information on gold and silver coins or shares, we'd be happy to supply it for them, along with a free introductory copy of the publication. And you can get that by either emailing or calling, and or go to our site. The site is theinternationalforecaster.com, FORECASTER.com. You can email us at Bob, B-O-B, at INTFORECASTER.com, Bob at intforecaster.com, or you can call toll free, because we know about half of you are not on the Internet. And so we have a hard copy that goes out, and we also have an email copy. And so you can call 800-375-4188. That's 800-375-4188.